NFL 24 on EA Sports. And we're watching the longtime star, Bobby Wagner, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Seahawks and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Throwing now is Geno. That's complete to DK Metcalf. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Geno now to throw. And that is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career's been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
To throw is Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Well, still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake-bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury pops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it bad?
Again, Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Goff. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Off play action. Here's Goff. And this one's incomplete. The Lions had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Now Goff on first down.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 4.
Goff now looks to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's got it. And in for the Lions, touchdown. David Montgomery, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They saw their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Short throw to Disley. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Here's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
Nice move. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Smith. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd down. You talk about this Lions defense. Well, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
This is such a good unit of covering passes downfield. I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16.
And that's patience to be admired right there, because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Smith. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Play action. It's Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now Geno. Oh, it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Colby Parkinson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Goff now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit, because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Lockett is a beacon of consistency for the Seahawks offense. His last 4 seasons, he's reached 1,000 yards, had at least 8 touchdowns, and only once has he had more than 2 drops. Continues to be underrated, but not by defenses who have to face it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. 23 yards on the play.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Throwing is Smith. This is caught. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd, and Pete Carroll none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So Pete Carroll, always a guy to trust his instincts, and his instincts were right on that one. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And Detroit getting set to go now. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Trying to find Jamison Williams, and it's 3rd down. Goff. Completing it here, Marvin Jones. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Goff. This complete to Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now Goff. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing again is Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Goff. He's got this complete to Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
Goff on 1st down. Complete to Wright. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. Patterson's kick is good.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And out now come the Seahawks. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Geno down to throw.
Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Throwing now is Geno.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Smith, and this throw finds Smith and Jigba.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. Again, Smith. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
He hits his target, Lockett. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Offense was moving them a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now Geno. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace and score a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try the middle with Montgomery.
To about the 40-yard line.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out.
Montgomery hit and the ball is loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reynolds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Goff.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 11. On play action, they'll throw.
He's going to get this complete here to lock it. It's a gain of 34.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Back to throw, Smith. And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the 50, it's Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
There's Tyler Lockett and the rest of his Seattle teammates coming out for the next possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Quickly out wide to Eskridge.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Smith. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Smith now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop 1 pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
Goff now looking to throw. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Lions on third down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 3. Touchdown! Marvin Jones from 6 yards away. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed, they definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Goff looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Now Smith. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Here's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Goff.
He's good as tight end. That's Laporta with it. And he is going to have a Lions first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Now Goff. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here's Goff. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Gone.
That's complete to the portal.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Defense.
So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. To throw is gone. He's got it. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation.
Once more Montgomery. And he will again go backwards as they drive him back to the 4-yard line.
That was a huge play on 3rd down. So now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on the play of the game now, 4th and goal. And in for the Lions, touchdown. David Montgomery with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Lions have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So Geno and the Seahawks down 24-21, a minute 54 on the clock. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Smith's going to throw it.
And his throw is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Smith. This one goes underneath to Walker.
I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Smith to throw. Pass complete. He's got Smith and Jigba. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Well, they got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
So now you're in range to tie things with a field goal, but they still have plenty of time to work for a game winner, and they're trying to do so. Nice job defensively to force incompletion there.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Third and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is fourth down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Myers' kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Montgomery on the counter.
Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. First throw here in overtime for Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now wasting time going right back to DK Metcalf.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw is Smith. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. Here's Smith. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon on for a very important punt here in overtime. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Now Goff with his first throw in OT. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Back to throw. Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it, because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now it's Smith. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, the one he was after there.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. Geno now to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And that will be incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
Goff now looks to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. That's on the former first-rounder Taylor Decker. Now Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Out of the gun. Goff.
That is caught by Laporta.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Backed up deep in their own territory, they were in search of a cushion, and the cushion was found.
And you have to think total game, even in overtime. As a head coach, field position still counts in this spot. So they had to get out from the shadow of their own goal line, get themselves some breathing room. Obviously, that helps them on offense, but it may help their defense, too. Might be necessary here in OT.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back, but boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
Throwing on third. Goff.
Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down. And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away.
Now it's Lockett. They'll score that a 30.